The conversation is still on cryptocurrency. Now we're moving to understanding cryptocurrency. When we started the show this morning, we talked about what different countries has to say about cryptocurrency and spending this digital currency. Now, I need to correct something very quickly. I know we're talking about different types of cryptocurrencies. We talked about Ethereum, Bitcoin, and then I was trying to pronounce one. I said Doge, but actually somebody corrected me and said it is actually dog.
What?
Dog, but
dog.
You know, it is dog with an E. So it is spelled D-O-G-E, but it's dog with an E, not Doge. So I beg your pardon. Yes, now we're going to see what Central Bank of Nigeria actually has to say about cryptocurrency, because a press release was out February 5th, and then, you know, a lot of people started saying a lot of things online. So here is a response to regulatory directive on cryptocurrencies. Now it says... The attention of the Central Bank of Nigeria has been drawn to various comments and reactions following our recent reminder to deposit money banks as DMBS to desist from transacting in and with entities dealing in cryptocurrencies. Most of these reactions reveal that there appears to be a need to provide further justifications about our position, especially to the general public. For those who are not conversant with the universe of cryptocurrencies, it is important to state that cryptocurrencies are digital or virtual currencies issued by largely anonymous entities and secured by cryptography. Cryptography is a method of encrypting and hiding codes that prevent oversight, accountability, and regulation. While there are a number of cryptocurrencies now in circulation, Bitcoin was the first to be introduced in 2009 and now accounts for about 68% of all cryptocurrencies. As regards our recent policy pronouncement, it is important to clarify that the CBN circular of February 5, 2021 did not place any new restrictions on cryptocurrencies, given that all banks in the country had earlier been forbidden through CBN circular dated January 12, 2017 not to use, hold, trade, and transact in cryptocurrencies. Indeed, this position was reiterated in another CBN press release dated 27 February 2018. It is also important to note that the CBN's position on cryptocurrencies is not an outlier, as many countries, central banks, international financial institutions, and distinguished investors and economists has also warned against its use. They have all made similar pronouncements based off the significant risks and transacting in cryptocurrencies, potent risk of loss of investments, money laundering, terrorism financing, illicit fund flows, and criminal activities. China, Canada, Taiwan, Indonesia, Algeria, Egypt, Morocco, Bolivia, Kyrgyzstan, Ecuador, Saudi Arabia, Jordan, Iran, Bangladesh, Nepal, and Cambodia have all placed certain level of restrictions on financial institutions facilitating cryptocurrency transactions. In China, for example, cryptocurrencies are completely banned and all exchanges closed as well. Banks and other financial institutions are not allowed by law to transact or deal with cryptocurrencies. China's central bank, called the People's Bank of China, that's PBOC, has provided several directives ruling out the use of these currencies. The PBOC views cryptocurrencies as illegal because they are not issued by any recognized monetary institution and do not hold any legal status that can make them equivalent to money. Hence, banks and all stakeholders are strongly advised against their use as a currency. Even famed investor Warren Buffett has called cryptocurrencies rat poison squared, a mirage, and a gambling device. Mr. Buffett believes it is a gambling device, given that they are mostly valuable because the people buying it does so not as a means of payment, but in the hope they can sell it for even more than what they paid at some point. During an online forum hosted by the Davos-based World Economic Forum a few weeks ago, Andrew Bailey, the governor of the Bank of England, highlighted the extreme price volatility of cryptocurrencies as one of the biggest flaws and explained that this flaw makes it impossible for them to be used as a lasting means of payment. Have we landed on what I would call the design, government and arrangements for what I might call a lasting digital currency? No, I don't think we're there yet. Honestly, I don't think cryptocurrencies as original formulated are it, he said. It is not surprising he would take that position because Bitcoin, the best known cryptocurrency, hit a high record of $42,000 per unit on January 8, 2021 and sank as low as $28,800 about 2 weeks later. This is far greater volatility than is found with normal currencies. Let us now turn to some justifications for CBN's recent policy reminder. The perfunctory reflection on the definition of cryptocurrencies can already reveal several problems. First, in the light of the fact that they are issued by unregulated and unlicensed entities, their use in Nigeria goes against the key mandates of the CBN as enshrined in the CBN Act 2007 as the issuer of legal tender in Nigeria. In effect, the use of cryptocurrencies in Nigeria are a direct contravention of existing law. It is also important to highlight that there is a critical difference between a central bank-issued digital currency and cryptocurrencies. As the names imply, while central bank can issue digital currencies, cryptocurrencies are issued by unknown and unregulated entities. Second, the very name and nature of cryptocurrencies suggests that its patrons and users value anonymity, obscurity, and concealment. Okay, so let me take that again. Second, the very name and nature of cryptocurrencies suggests that its patrons and users value anonymity, obscurity, and concealment. So I'm going to just skim through the other parts of the press release so that we can fully understand what this press release is about and then fall into the conversation.
Okay, so this part says, at this juncture, the Central Bank of Nigeria would like to assert that our actions are not in any way, shape, or form inimical to the development of fintech or a technology-driven payment system. On the contrary, the Nigerian payment system has evolved significantly over the last decade, leapfrogging many of its counterparts in emerging frontiers and advanced economies propelled by reforms driven by the Central Bank of Nigeria. This is evident from the variety of participants, product channels, cutting-edge technology in the payment system. It is also validated by the astronomical growth of volume or value of transactions that the fact that Nigeria is an investment destination of choice for international financial technology companies because of Central Bank of Nigeria's policy that have created an enabling investment environment in the payment system. This development in the payment and settlement space has helped to grow the financial system, improving financial inclusion, the quality and convenience of financial services, and has also created millions of direct and indirect jobs for teeming youth population. Now, I'll just skip to the last paragraph. The recent regulatory directive became necessary to protect the financial system and the generality of Nigerians, including the youth population, from the risk of inherent in crypto asset transactions, which has escalated in recent times, with their consequences for the integrity of the financial system and financial stability. Due to the fact that cryptocurrencies are largely speculative, anonymous, and untraceable, they are increasingly being used for money laundering, terrorism, financial, and other criminal activities. Some retail and unsophisticated investors also face high probability of loss due to high volatility of the investment in recent times. In light of this realities analysis, the Central Bank of Nigeria has no comfort in cryptocurrencies at this time and will continue to do all within its regulatory powers to educate Nigerians to desist from its use and protect our financial system from activities of fraudsters and speculators. Signed, Osita Nwanis Obi, Director of Corporate Communications.
It is very important that we have to go through this
Yes.
press release so people that have actually not seen it can, read through, and you can find this press release online. It's 5 pages long. We weren't able to, read everything that was in it, but we're able to go through the important parts of that particular conversation, because the first press release that came out, a lot of people came on social media to say all sorts about, what the Central Bank of Nigeria had to say. That, okay, so I saw a lot of people talk about, all right, now that they're saying that this is booming, they do not want people to gain money, blah, 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 and everything and all of that. And honestly, I really didn't understand what all this conversation was about, especially because of the outpour. Twitter is where you see all these things. Twitter is where you get the juice and the gist. So whenever I see a story come out, the next thing I do is to go and check what people say on Twitter, what financial analysts had to say, what stakeholders had to say, what young people, influencers had to say about this. And a lot of people were not very happy onto what the federal government, what the Central Bank of Nigeria had to say. Now, according to this particular press release, which makes it very interesting, it says that it says the attention of the Central Bank of Nigeria has been drawn to the various comments and reactions following a recent reminder to deposit money banks that they should desist from transacting in and dealing with cryptocurrencies. So, according to what they have said, they said that they did not necessarily place a restriction or a ban. But of course, if you now read through it, they are advising people not to go into, cryptocurrency, which shows some sort of here and then there. That are trying to let you know that, okay, so we are talking to banks. We're talking to banks all over Nigeria because they are the Lord and judge and jury of currencies in Nigeria. So they should be the one issuing cryptocurrencies. They should be the one issuing currencies generally. So if they are not the ones issuing it, then I think that you shouldn't be, buying into this kind of currency, because there is no regulated body that is taking care of it. Same as what China had to say. That's the People's Bank of China was saying that, okay, so there's a lot of obscurity and anonymity with this currency, so I think that you shouldn't buy into it. But anyways,
the time to introduce our guest is here. Honestly, we've been having a lot of doubts when it comes to this cryptocurrency because we're not authorities in it. But however, our guest is already here with us. His name is Ayo Ikiome, and he's a financial analyst, and he will be doing justice to this topic of cryptocurrency. Hello, good morning, Ayo.
Hello, good morning. Although your line is not very clear, but good morning.
Hello, Ayo.
Ayo.
Yes, we apologize. Thank you very much for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so we've been having a full conversation on cryptocurrency. I am sure you're aware of the press release by the Central Bank of Nigeria that came out on, I think it was Saturday or Friday, thereabouts. And let's even start from the beginning. What is cryptocurrency?
Okay, starting from there, cryptocurrency is an unregulated form of money. It is decentralized, so it's not controlled by any central bank in the world. It's a system on its own. It's more like an asset that is used for exchange of goods. The major factor is that it is unregulated and it is not physical cash. People see it as a replacement for our fiat money. That's the physical currencies we work with. Basically, that's what cryptocurrency is.
Okay.
The major challenge is that it's very volatile. You can't really say, you can't place a value on it, so it's unstable. And one of the principles of money is stability. You should be able to predict between now and into the near future what your currency will be so that it guides your business. But when the way it's so volatile, you can't really say where it's going to and how it's going to be. So it distorts business decisions and business processes.
All right.
As a currency, yes.
Okay. What makes cryptocurrency different from the normal physical currency that we make use of now?
Well, that's just continuing from where I started.
Are you there?
I was talking about the cryptocurrency being very volatile, and then in addition, I said that it's not a stable form. But the major difference is that the cash we have presently is physical. That is, like Naira, you have different Naira notes. So, but cryptocurrency is virtual. It is not physical. Then, two, our current Naira is regulated by the Central Bank of Nigeria and also produced based on instructions by them. Cryptocurrency has no business with our central bank or any central bank for that matter. And it's not a centralized currency. It's a decentralized currency, unlike our central bank that is centralized. Then cryptocurrency, still due to its volatility, cannot be used as a measure of economic activities in any country, while the fiat money can be used for that. And with that one, it gives room for predictability and ability to regulate the economy in terms of finance. But cryptocurrency does not enable that, because you can't even say this is the volume of cryptocurrency used in Nigeria, because there is no specific measure. So based on that, you can't really say, cryptocurrency usage, that we can say this is what the economy is going to, these are the people, this is what we need to block, this is what we need to unblock, this is how. It does not give room for that. So to give management, just like it's giving the central bank a big headache in using it to run your business. Those that are really profiting from it are the scammers and the 419s and the kidnappers and then the speculators. So it's more of a speculative currency than a business currency.
All right, now let's jump into what the Central Bank of Nigeria released. So, I mean, what are your thoughts on the recent order by the Central Bank of Nigeria when it has to do with deposits, when it has to do with the closure of cryptocurrency accounts in deposit taking and other financial institutes in the country? Because, I mean, there was another press release yesterday that was correcting the notion on what the first press release had said. And then they were saying something about it not really being, of them not placing a ban or a restriction on cryptocurrency in Nigeria, but they were talking to financial institutions on them desisting from using cryptocurrencies for their transactions. What are your thoughts?
First of all, in Nigeria, cryptocurrency is not a legal tender. We don't use it for business in Nigeria. Number two, the deposit money banks are regulated by the Central Bank of Nigeria, and the non-deposit money banks, non-deposit financial institutions, they are also regulated by the Central Bank. So all I see there, Central Bank, all they were doing to me was reminding the other institutions they regulate that cryptocurrency is not part of what we regulate you for. And this thing is not new. It's not just Nigeria. I can count at least 8, if not 15 other countries. And these are the major countries that are fighting cryptocurrency because nobody has full understanding of it yet. And like I said, the volatility is a big deal for a lot of people. So CBN, for me, is more of protecting its citizens from losing money or not doing business with something they don't understand than saying that they are after the cryptocurrency itself. Because how many people use cryptocurrency for business in Nigeria? The only few people I have heard of are those that probably stole money or did something funny with cryptocurrency in another country and now moved it to Nigeria. Then the few people that buy and sell crypto, and they are still not that much yet. That's worldwide. So it's not that it's a major issue. But so what CBN did looks negative, but it's really nothing. nothing what they did. It's just a reminder to the other banks that, look, cryptocurrency is not a Nigerian tender, and if you have an account that you are running based on that, you are regulated in Nigeria, so please don't do business with it. If you have opened an account, please close it. That's a layman interpretation of what it is.
Okay, let me ask this one. So seeing how it's not a legal tender here in Nigeria and seeing how some countries it's legal in some other countries, do you see cryptocurrency as, the future currency? Would you consider it a future currency? Because we read a statement that said it cannot be banned, but it can be regulated.
Yes, cryptocurrency, like I said, it can be a future currency, but a lot of things needs to be put right and put in place. A major issue I have with cryptocurrency is the fact that for now, there have been many cases of people hacking into the crypto system and stealing millions, in fact hundreds of millions of dollars. And imagine if that happens in Nigeria, it will run the economy down. So security is an issue. The second issue is them being able to settle the stability issue. They tried it by saying that for every crypto issue, the availability is reduced so as to create value, but it doesn't make it stable. Twice now, it was like at one point it was over $1,000 per unit, and then suddenly within a year it came to less than $400. Again, recently it was very high, then it dropped again, and that is very bad for any economy or any business, especially that the currency. When that can be settled, yes, I can now say if those issues can be dealt with, I can now say it can be a currency for the future. But if not, it is more like a Ponzi scheme that will soon fade out.
Yeah, talking about Ponzi scheme, I mean, there was a time people were placing cryptocurrency, Ponzi scheme, pyramid schemes side by side. Do they really have similarities, or people are just trying to, paint it as a fraudulent way of doing money or way of spending money?
I'm sorry, I'm not hearing you clearly, but people understand what you're saying. You're asking if I'm painting it negative.
Is it really like Ponzi scheme? Like, is cryptocurrency and Ponzi scheme or pyramid scheme the same thing?
Cryptocurrency is not a Ponzi scheme, but the risk around it, the risk around using cryptocurrency now looks like the same. They are similar to the risk of running a Ponzi scheme. So that's what I'm saying. If those issues, like I mentioned 2 or 3 of them, I say if those issues are dealt with, cryptocurrency can be considered the cash of the future. But if they are not dealt with, then just like a Ponzi scheme will just fade out because of it's usually because of the volatility. The more people are into it, well, it becomes so that's what I mean.
Okay, so if the government is trying to protect its citizens from actually getting scammed or getting into any sort of loss of investments and money, why do we have a lot of people, complaining about it? I mean, on Sunday, throughout the weekend, it was trending. Young people were out there talking about how, they really do not want them to have investments, they don't want them to have money and all of that. And based on the press release that you have even just explained to us, it's just, the CBN trying to remind banks that they shouldn't deal in cryptocurrency or own accounts that, deal with cryptocurrency. So why are people angry about this particular conversation?
Again, I'm not hearing you, but by my understanding of what you are saying, now, if you saw that selling Akara would make a lot of money for you, but all of a sudden you don't have enough capital yet, and you're busy building up capital to start selling Akara, then all of a sudden the Akara Sellers Association say that the regulatory body has told them to stop bringing in new people or allowing people to sell Akara in Nigeria. Would you be happy about it? No. It's the same thing with crypto. People are angry on the basis that number one is very expensive and seems to be increasing in value. then they are working towards coming into it as a business. Like you said, they are looking at it as the cash of the future, which will give them more value. And then CBN suddenly wakes up and says, dear banks, we remind you that crypto business is not legal. I mean, it's not a Nigerian business. Remember, they didn't say it's illegal. You need to get that part. CBN didn't say it's illegal. It's just that CBN does not regulate cryptocurrency because it's not a Nigerian legal tender. And so based on that, they are reminding them, and they're now telling them that based on our regulation, please close any account you are using for such, because it's not part of what we approve that you do business with. It is only normal for anyone to be angry, especially when people are already routing that Nigeria should start using it. It's sad because for now, what we expected was the CBN to look at it and look at ways of working with it. But I still don't blame them, because when you look at so many other countries in the world, none of them really, including the America and the Canada, have been able to say this is specifically, they too are still studying it. So it's not even the whole country that uses different places. State by state thing. If the so-called developed countries are still grappling with it, who is Nigeria that infrastructure is not yet there? That will now, even our power, because there is a back end to cryptocurrency, which is power consumption. Even our power system cannot even keep up, not to talk of manage cryptocurrency. So there are so many things that needs to be dealt with. And of course, if we've not dealt with these issues in the country, CBN is now telling you, let's leave cryptocurrency for now. Focus on the more pressing issues. I'm sure that by the America or Canada or whichever other country comes up with a proper way of running it, then we'll just adopt that and run as a country. For me, those are undertones that are being taken. Because, and I always say it, they didn't say cryptocurrency was illegal. They just reminded the banks that, look, this is not part of your business. So if you have an account that you open, please close it. Unless you are not more being regulated by all. It's as simple as that.
Okay. Thank you so much
and
for...
stop anybody that wants to deal with cryptocurrency from dealing with it. That's the truth. All you need to do is now have a foreign account that you use, which is even what is more advisable in the first place. Because even the Nigerian banks are dealing with it through their foreign accounts.
Interesting. Quickly, what you've just raised, let's talk about it. You know, dealing in with foreign accounts. How does that work?
I didn't hear you that question.
Can you hear me? Yeah, you just talked about people can actually deal in foreign accounts when it has to do with cryptocurrency. Am I correct?
What I'm saying is this.
All right.
Now, crypto in Nigeria, crypto is not regulated in Nigeria. Neither is it recognized in Nigeria. Neither is it illegal in Nigeria. And it is not illegal to have a foreign account, even though you are in Nigeria. Because some of us, even though many people have dual citizenship, and people do business abroad, where it's faster. If I'm doing business in America, for example, if I have an account with Bank of America, my business will run faster than, having an account in Nigeria and now moving funds and all that. So it's the same thing. Nothing stops me from using my Bank of America account to do crypto business and do whatever I want to do. Then I can always move the proceeds back to Nigeria or my Nigerian account. It's as simple as that. So nothing stops anybody from doing their crypto business, except that instead of doing it through a proxy, which is now the Nigerian companies that are also using their foreign accounts, you now do it directly through your own foreign account. CBN can, with the only the banks in Nigeria that want to do it, is not part of the regulation they are being guided by, so they should not continue with it. It's as simple as that.
All right. Now, I understand what you're trying to say. Thank you very much, Ayo, for joining us this morning, for actually shedding more light into the questions and the conversation that we have been having on our show. Have yourself a lovely day.
Thank you. You have a wonderful day.
All right. Bye. Thank you so much. We just spoke with Ayo Emakiome. He is a financial analyst, and we've been talking about understanding cryptocurrency. The conversation became a major deal during the weekend when, the Central Bank of Nigeria released a press release and talked about how banks should desist from using or transacting in cryptocurrency. Now, we had a back and forth. We had conversations on facts about cryptocurrency. And one thing that stood out majorly in this conversation is the high volatility abilities of cryptocurrency. It may be 1,000 today. Tomorrow it's going to be less or more. So it is very, very risky for you to actually indulge in such investments. But still, a lot of people are transacting in it. Now, according to what Ayo has said, it wasn't stated in that release that it is illegal, but it is not a legal tender in Nigeria. If you understand reading in between the lines, you would understand what we're trying to say. I think it is something that everybody should look into, especially people that are trying to get into, you know, the business of cryptocurrency. There are a lot of hazards to it, but if you understand it, you can do the needful.